Hey everybody, this is part 2 of grade 4, module 1, lesson 12. So let's go ahead and we'll hop right into it. Number 4 says, during National Recycling Month, Mr. Yardley's class spent 4 weeks collecting empty cans to recycle. And they give us this table here. So in week 1, they collected 10,827 cans. We don't know how many cans were collected in week 2. But in week 3, we have 10,522 cans. And week 4, we have 20,011 cans. Question A says, during week 2, the class collected 1,256 more cans than they did in week 1. Now, I've always found that this sort of verbiage here, more cans, tends to trip students up. So I hope that I can help you guys out here. Find the total number of cans Mr. Yardley's class collected in 4 weeks. So really we have two jobs here. First things first is we need to figure out how many cans were collected in week 2, and then we need to figure out the total number of cans in all 4 weeks. So let's tackle trying to find the amount of cans collected in week 2. So the class collected 1,256 more cans than they did during week 1. So this really ends up being an addition problem because however many cans they earned here in week 1, they collected, which means we would be adding 1,256 more cans. So we're going to take week 1's amount and add it to 1,256. So I'll do that over here. 10,827 cans plus 1,256 cans. Remember to line up our place values. If you line up your commas, that kind of ensures that you're going to line up your place values, but everything should be justified here on the right-hand side. So we're going to start by adding ones to ones. 7 plus 6 is 13. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 5 more is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10, so I'm going to bring down this 0 and regroup. 10 hundreds for 1,000. 1 plus 0 plus 1 in the thousands place is 2, and 1 plus nothing here is 1 to give me 12,083 cans, and this is just the cans for week 2. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this number in over here. So 12,083. So we took care of this part. Now we need to find the total number of cans Miss Yardley's class collected in 4 weeks. So we need to take all 4 of these numbers and add them together. So we could do this a couple different ways. We could do, adding maybe these two together and then these two and then those two sums together. We could add all 4 together at once. We could add them, maybe 1 to 3, 2 to 4. There's a lot of different ways that you could go about doing this. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to add week 1 to week 2, get that sum. Add week 3 to week 4, get that sum, and then add the two sums together. So for week 1 and week 2, we would take 10,827 plus 12,083. Go ahead and do that quick. 7 plus 3 is 10. Down to 0, carry the 1. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. So bring down the 1, carry that 1. 1 plus 8 plus 0 is 9. 0 plus 2 is 2. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is the week 1 and 2 sum. Now I'm going to take the week 3 and 4 sum. So 10,522 cans from week 3 plus the 20,011 cans from week 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3 again. 5 plus 0 is 5. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 1 plus 2 is 3. Now I'm going to take these two sums and add them together. And I'll do that over here. So 22,910 plus 30,533. Again, making sure to line up our place values. In this case, they have the same number of digits, so we're in a good spot. 0 plus 3 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 9 plus 5 is 14. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 0 is nothing. I'm sorry, plus 0 keeps it at 3. And then 2 plus 3 is 5 to make 53,443 cans collected in 4 weeks. So there were 53,443 cans collected in 4 weeks. Just move that out of the way. Now, letter B asks students to assess the reasonableness. So when we're looking at the reasonableness of an answer, we're going to estimate the total number of cans collected. And we'll do this by rounding each of these numbers here. We'll round these to the nearest thousands place. So if we round each of these correctly to the nearest thousands place, we should come up to an answer that is close to 53,443. So we have 10,827. And if we were to round that to the nearest thousand, we would get 11,000. 12,083 would round to about 12,000. 10,522 would round to be about 11,000. And 20,011 would round to about 20,000. So now we're going to take the sum of all 4 of these numbers here. So I'll just go ahead and add them because they're kind of, lined up pretty well here. We're not going to have any ones, tens, or hundreds because we've rounded to the nearest thousand. 1,000 plus 2,000 plus another 1,000 gives me 4,000. And 20,000, 10,000, 10,000, and 10,000. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, plus 2 gives me 5. So my estimated amount is about 54,000. So our our actual amount of 53,443 by the rule of the law when it comes to rounding doesn't necessarily round up to 54,000, but we're in the ballpark. So we can say that this would be a reasonable answer compared to 53,443.